Hey, it's Amelia. Today I'm just testing out some samples I got, and I didn't have any for my eyes, so I did all my eye makeup and skincare. For my face makeup, I'm going to be trying out the Becca Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream. I'm going to have to mix these two shades, Porcelain and Driftwood, and I may try to cream contour with a little bit of maple, but we'll see. After that, I'm going to test out this Ultra Repair Cream from First Aid Beauty, probably not on my face. And then I'm going to try out this Tarte perfume in Sweet Tart and see if it smells good. The directions on here say to use a brush, so that's what I'm going to do. I don't have the Becca One Perfecting Brush, but I do have the Hourglass Vanish Foundation Brush, and if that doesn't work, I have the Sephora number 56 Flawless Airbrush. It's the Pro, whatever. First I'm going to do swatches on my arm, right here, so you can see like the colors on my skin tone. I'm like a pale yellow, basically. I'm not completely yellow. I'm somewhere between neutral and yellow. Ooh, this is pink. This is not a lot of product. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. There's like not that much. So maybe I won't be able to swatch the light one because I pretty much need all of it for my face. And then Driftwood. For Sephora, my skin tone's changed a little in terms of how tan I am, but I used to be number 2 in the Urban Decay Naked Skin Foundation, which is 3Y03 for the Sephora Color IQ. This is Driftwood. It's like, this actually looks like my friend's skin color, so unfortunately I'm using it so I can't give it to her. I'm going to show you what maple looks like, even though I don't think I'm going to use it. I'll just swatch this one. This one's not that dark, but I think they were giving a light, a medium, and a somewhat dark shade to just in case. And obviously this isn't going to be the darkest shade, at least I hope not. On the back, they have a row of color, and they don't really show where on the color each of these samples are. It says there's 20 shades. I don't know what number Driftwood would be. Okay. That's definitely not my color. If I were to use this on my face, I might be able to bronze with it very lightly. This is what that looks like on me. Clearly not my color. I won't be able to tell you if it's going to be significantly too orange or whatever on someone of a deeper skin tone because I only have my skin tone to go off of. That's that one. And that actually, I only used a teeny bit and it went over a lot, but I think this one has the most product. And of course the one that I need the most of, which is Porcelain, has like none. I probably shouldn't have got it on my finger because now it's a little stained. So the directions say 1 pump of foundation on your brush, sweep foundation horizontally across the forehead, and then move to cheeks and chin. Finish by sweeping vertically down the nose. I'm not going to use concealer for my acne just because I want to see what the coverage is. And this is called the Ultimate Coverage Complexion Cream, so I want to see what it can do on its own. This is what I got for Porcelain. I'm just going to apply this and maybe like a dot of the other one. So this is Driftwood. So this is what I'm mixing together. And it might be too dark. This is what that looks like on my brush. Like, there's barely anything. I think they said horizontally. There's like no product. I mean, I can get a light coverage from this amount of product, and that wasn't, I don't know if that was a full pump of foundation. I mean, it looks like it did something, but I would need at least 2 pumps of foundation. Like, I think a little bit of my acne is gone. I'm going to swatch Driftwood next to Maple. That's what that looks like. So here's Driftwood, and then this is Maple, if you can see that. Clearly not my color. Becca is cruelty free, so if you're interested and you want to get a color that matches you, there's so little pigment I can't even tell if the color is a good match or not, but like, it doesn't look like I have orange or pink lines on my face, so I guess that means it matches pretty good. I'm going to clean off my arm, and I'm going to do my face with a different foundation because that didn't give me hardly any coverage. I'm going to go in with my e.l.f. Flawless Finish Foundation. It's in the shade Natural, but it used to be Porcelain. I don't know if I'm going to repurchase this just because their shade range really is very poor. But the thing is, in terms of accessibility for me, there are very few foundations in my shade that I can get in store. I have to order online or buy high-end if I want something that matches me just when I'm going shopping, like at Ulta or a drugstore, something like that. But this was the first one that I found that was like available most places I went that matched me pretty good. This is like normally my summer color, but it matches me right now, I think, a little bit better than my other one. The pump only works up until, the pump doesn't go all the way to the bottom, so it works up until you get to like here, and then you have to like scrape it out, and it's a pain in the ass. And I talked about it on my Instagram when I did a review. I was like, it's not, I wouldn't recommend it because it's bad packaging, but at the same time, I'm going to continue to, at least at the time, I was like, I'm going to continue to repurchase it, so take that however you'd like to, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes even when there's major flaws in something, I mean, if it works, it works. And this actually might be a little too dark for me right now, but whatever. I know that Physicians Formula has a new foundation line, and the lightest shade looks very dark for my skin tone, so I'm not gonna waste my money testing that out until they get lighter shades, if they ever expand their color range. And then the Milani 00B I thought was going to be light enough, but I've seen some fair people swatch it, so now I'm not sure if it would be light enough. I think it was sort of dumb on Milani's part to come out with a foundation line that didn't have a full range and name them by number. Like, when you start with number 1, like, how are you going to come up with lighter shades? Because that was orange on me. That was like a mix between these two colors on me. And that was supposed to be creamy vanilla. Like, I've never seen vanilla that was orange before until I saw their creamy vanilla. Like, I don't know where you're getting, like, your vanilla ice cream or whatever it is, but it's not the same as the kind I get. This is a little too dark for me right now, but my setting powder, when I bake, it'll lighten to be my color. Me and my friend both agree that with this foundation, if you choose not to set it with setting powder, it will not set on its own. I don't know why, but it stays wet. Not as wet as like when it's first in the bottle, but most foundations will have at least a little bit of dry down. This doesn't do that. So like if I just did my makeup like this and then later in the day I like take a finger and swipe it down my face, I will get product that comes off on my finger because it just stays wet. Which, if you have really dry skin and you are having a hard time finding foundations that don't make you look really dry, this might be a good option because, I mean, I guess if you have really dry skin, you're going to soak up the moisture from it anyway, but it has more moisture because it stays wet all day, basically, than I think the typical one. I mean, I have normal skin, so I'm not the one to go to for recommendations on that, but like, if you're really desperate, I'd consider it. I don't know what skin type this is meant to be for. If you're someone who is really like, I don't know how to word it, but like into sunscreen in the sense that you're all about all your products having some form of SPF, then that would be good to go along with your actual sunscreen and other products. But I would never use that on its own as sunscreen. I mean, that being said, I'm not even wearing sunscreen right now. My school is having a snow day because there was a winter storm advisory and it snowed a lot last night. I'm actually going to include video of what it looks like because it was really pretty. But yeah, I got up at 8 and I checked my phone and it was like, oh, all classes are canceled. I'm like, yes, I can sleep in. And then I didn't sleep in because I was like, I don't know, when it's a school day, once I'm up, I'm up. So I tried to fall asleep after that and I couldn't. So I got up and got breakfast. Ugh, what's happening there? I didn't put much product under my eyes, so it's like a oily, crepey mess. I'm kind of sad I didn't really get to test out this foundation because I really wanted to. I don't know why the porcelain had like no product in it. Did you guys see that TATI'S coming out with a vitamin? Like, I guess people were anticipating her having a makeup line and she came out with vitamins or supplements. And if you follow Stephanie Nicole on Instagram, she talked a lot about how for the majority of the people, supplements aren't necessary. I mean, I take multivitamins because I don't get all of my nutrients from my diet because, like, surprise, I don't eat that many fruits and vegetables like I'm supposed to. So, like, in order to not die, I take vitamins so I can avoid being malnourished, you know what I mean? But for most people, like, I think she said it's like, basically you get expensive pee from it and that's about it. And me and my friend were talking about it, and we were both talking about how we used to really like Tati, and when we were following her, we would love to see her videos, but now it's like, both of us, even when we try and watch her videos, we just can't because she, like, I don't think changing is a bad thing, but she changed in the worst way in terms of being a YouTuber a while ago. I don't know if there's a specific thing I can pinpoint it to, but I remember the first incident where it made me feel weird about her is when the thing with Thrift Thick happened. and the issue got resolved. I'm not trying to like start that up again, but if you remember, if you knew about it, if you don't, then basically what happened is Tati had a contest thing and she wasn't announcing any information on it, so it was like people are wondering if she just chose not to continue to have the thing running, or she was gonna make a video with someone. And then Thrift Thick Cassie was talking about it, and she was like, I really wanted to see if I would win because at this point, like, my subscriber number is higher than the range that she would have wanted for the contest, so I don't even know if I'm still eligible. And like, she was talking about how that was really sad in a Q&A. Like, somebody asked her about it. And then Tati, I guess people were telling her about it in her comments or whatever, so she went to that video and she said something rude, like, she apologized and left that comment up, which I respect, that she realized that what she had said wasn't nice and it wasn't said in a professional way and whatever. But like, do you ever just get a bad feeling about someone and not be able to shake it even when like they apologize or whatever? Like, I read that comment and like there was the apology and Cassie talked about how they talked about it and it was all said and done, but like I couldn't like get over it, I guess. I was just like, it changed how I felt about her. And once the way I felt about her changed, I like was seeing everything through the lens of that situation. And then like she became friends with Jeffrey after I had stopped watching her, but like it was like this, the only way I can describe it is like she, not that she sold out, but she shifted from being someone who made videos because she cared about making videos and cared about the beauty, like she liked the beauty community and she liked being a part of it and she liked talking about products, to being more, I don't know how to word it because it's not necessarily money hungry, but like I think someone in the comments of that Instagram post said it well. It's like she's no longer doing things being concerned about integrity, and that to me, like, it means a lot to me that I feel like the person I'm watching, I don't know, cares. I don't know how to explain it. Like, she went from, I think that one of the best ways for me to describe it is like when she started the WTF series, it started off as someone being like, in the beauty community, like, these prices are ridiculous, let's test it out for you. And it was sort of like talking to someone who's on your level. And now it's sort of like when I see those videos, and when I attempt to watch them, I get the vibe that this is someone saying like, look what I can buy, and like that other people can't, and like she's liking all of them, which I'm not saying that I think all products over a certain price are bad and not worth it, but I think the vibe of it changed to being, she went from someone who loved makeup and loved making videos about it to someone who is all about being bougie. And I don't know how to explain it. I think you'll get what I'm trying to say, but I don't know how to articulate how I feel about it. I just feel like she changed how, something about her, some point between that event and now, that thing with Cassie, and I literally can't even finish my sentences because I don't know how to say what I want to say. But basically, when I saw that she was the one that was coming out with these supplements and vitamins or whatever, I wasn't shocked because I felt that way about her for so long. Like, I expected this. And people were, I don't know, I don't remember if it was Stephanie or one of the commenters was like, it was a very tone deaf sort of decision, and I completely agree. And I think what it is she went like tone deaf a long time ago, and that's when she was started to become all about being just about the high-end stuff and cared more about, I don't think she's money hungry. I think she makes enough money that she doesn't really care. So it's not necessarily about getting more money. It's just like, I don't know, she just doesn't give a shit anymore. So like, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't think she's a bad person, but I liked the person she was before she became like internet famous, if that makes sense. If I can figure out how to articulate my thoughts better, I'll make another video where I clarify, because I don't know how to express my thoughts on it. I thought it was interesting that a lot of people seemed shocked by this, and I'm 100% not at all, because to be honest, it's sort of, not that I predicted it, but I sort of saw this type of thing coming where more and more people are going to notice what I've noticed, and less people are going to want to follow her. And you know what's really sad? I was following her at the time where, like, she was going to get married and then bad things happened, like people in her life had passed away and all that, and like, at the time I was not super emotionally invested, but you know when you like a YouTuber and then bad things happen and then, like, obviously it's like you care. And I cared about the fact that she couldn't get married, and I felt sad about it. And then, like, now that she has gotten married, like, I missed seeing that because I had to unsubscribe from her a while before that ever happened, and it was like I lost the opportunity to feel happy for her and to feel like when she made the video that, like, it was basically sharing the wedding with her subscribers. Like, I felt like I missed out on that because she changed who she is as a person in a negative way before I could, like, you get what I'm saying. It's early. I can't think right now. I wanted to talk about my Project Pan highlighter. It's the Gwen Stefani Blonde, the eyeshadow from the Gwen Stefani palette. And what I like is it's a yellow, so it's like my skin tone, it's a pale yellow, but it shifts pink. So, like, what I like is that it looks like my skin, but then when the light hits it, I don't know if you're going to be able to see, it reflects pink rather than a yellow. What I hate is when, this is personal preference, but when someone has a highlighter and you're looking directly at them, in the spots of the highlight where the light's not directly hitting, you can see these dark lines, and then you can see shine when they turn. I prefer, if I'm looking directly at someone, to only see highlight where the light's hitting, and then everywhere else it looks blended in. And I feel like that's the look I get with this, where, like, if this side's in the shadow, you're not going to see this little stripe right there. But then if I turn, there's like a pink glow. You know what I mean? So if you have a highlighter like that, let me know, because I actually really like it, and I kind of wish it came in a highlighter I could buy as a single that was permanent. Yeah, I'm actually going to add a little more. And it's not glittery or super shiny. I don't like metallic highlights. I like metallic in the inner corner, but not on my face. I think that looks good. I'm just gonna touch up my brows. If you have thoughts on the Tati situation, let me know what you think. And, like, if you can articulate, if you agree with me, if you can articulate the idea better, that would be great. For lips, I'm going to wear my Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit lipstick in Nudie Patootie. I don't know how I had to look because I know what it is, but whatever. Since I've taken the stopper out, like, it looks like there's no product, but then at the same time, there's a ton of product, so this is just like a sort of difficult product to pan because you think you're getting close to being done, and then there's so much more. Basically, my point in bringing up the Tati thing is I just thought it was kind of interesting how everybody else seems shocked that she would do this, but it's like, I wouldn't expect more from her. And I think that's what's sad, is I used to think highly of her, and now, like, if she had done something else that was better, I would have been surprised. And that's really unfortunate that I think so low of her now. I'm going to try out this perfume on this clean arm. Not that I'm buying from Tarte anymore, but you know. It smells like a generic perfume, like a lower end perfume. Like, you know, not that Juicy Couture perfumes are bad, but just, you know how they all smell the same? And there's a lot of perfumes in that price range that all smell sort of the same. I actually don't think it smells as good as a Juicy Couture perfume. It kind of smells not good. I don't know. I don't like it. What are the fragrances in this? Does it even say? It doesn't describe the scent. It's like warm mixed with alcohol mixed with not mold, but I don't know. It doesn't smell like the way I would want to smell. I don't really know where I would want to use this little intense hydration for dry parched skin ultra repair cream. I don't really have, actually my hands are pretty dry right now. That's kind of gross. And there's highlighter on it. Let's use it on my hands, see what happens. It's fine. It doesn't feel like anything special. I don't know if I would go out of my way to buy this. I've always felt like First Aid Beauty is sort of a brand that does well because it's at the packaging is usually small enough that it fits in the little mini size display area of Sephora at the checkout line. Like, it's one of those brands where it gets people buying it because they see these minis when they're in line waiting and they just grab it and buy it, and it's not really anything I hear people talk about, like that they're running out to get, or like going Sephora specifically to buy. My hands look better, so that's good. We'll see. I wanted to do a foundation test today where I wore that sample and like came back later and showed you what it looked like, but that's not really going to work because there wasn't a lot of it. But I could leave this on my arm. I set it with powder and maybe see how that is later on. I have to film my Pan That Palette update today, so I might need to wash it off actually. I wish I could have reviewed it or done a first impressions on it, but I didn't have enough product to do that. So my first impressions of my samples are the Becca thing is okay, I guess. This is okay, I guess, and this Tarte thing is kind of gross. I don't know, like, maybe there's like a type of fruit it smells like that I don't like, or like a flower. It kind of just smells like a generic perfume, but a little extra warmth that isn't my taste, I guess. That's kind of disappointing. Well, thank you for watching my video anyway. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm sorry that I don't know how to articulate myself today. Yeah, I'll see you in my next video. Bye.